what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And baby, I'm trying to get a little bit of energy because I'm tired. I actually just got home from out of town, and I'm really, really sleepy. I ended up waking up this morning around like 5 o'clock, and I went ahead and changed my flight because I was like, "Oh, I'm already up." So let me go ahead and just try to catch an earlier flight. Not the earliest flight, but an earlier flight. I made it home probably like, I made it home like 2 hours ago. Because I watched Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So as y'all can tell by the title, yes, I am going to talk about this review. We talked about this the other day, I think on my live. This is one of those franchises I wished I would have reviewed, but it is what it is. I'm going to talk about the reunion, but if you have not watched Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, I think that you should definitely go watch it if you can or if you want to. I think you should go watch it. It's a very good franchise. They're coming back for season 2. I hope they bring all of the ladies back. But anyways, so let's go ahead and get into this. All right. So, we always got to talk about what the girls got on, girl. I mean, I wasn't crazy about anybody. I'm going to be honest with y'all. It's not like, usually it's always that one girl, whether it's Atlanta, Potomac, or somebody who kind of stands out. For the most part, like, to me, Kenya always looks nice at the reunions. Candy usually looks decent. Like Monique is like the reunion girl she was a reunion girl for Potomac. Those are the only 2 franchises I really watch, so I can't really talk about the others. This franchise, it's the first reunion. I'll say my favorites from what I saw will probably be Meredith and probably Mary. I liked what Whitney had on when she was sitting down. I did not like what Jen had on. I was actually disappointed in. I thought Jen was gonna come and shut it down. I really did. Jen, she crazy. She's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But for the most part, Jen was gonna be together. If Jen didn't get nothing else right, she was gonna make sure her outfit was together. Like the way Jen dressed this first season, it really gave me like how the girls do when they come back for their second, third season. To me, if Jen already given this her first season, like, girl, what you gonna give when, girl, season 3 or season 4 come around? But Lisa just had on a dress and some sequin shoes. I didn't like what Heather had on. Yeah, everybody was just whatever. Meredith, when the reunion first started, did y'all see how uncomfortable she looked? Like, I was like, girl, Meredith, breathe, girl. Somebody go give her a shot of tequila or something, girl, baby. Mama nerves are bad, girl. I know she said earlier when she was talking to Lisa in the dressing room that she didn't get any sleep. I know these reunions have to be stressful. Like, I know them girls don't go to sleep. Girl, can you imagine the night before you having to shoot a reunion and you're going to be there for about 10 hours and all you're going to do is argue, fuss, and fight? Girl, I know those girls' nerves be bad. And then on top of that, it's your first reunion too. They talk about the thumbs up. Is a thumbs up, I'm ashy, is a thumbs up, is it an F you? Sometimes a thumbs up can mean fuck you. Yes, it can. It just depends on how the conversation or the text message. It can mean a fuck you. Let's talk about Brooks. Y'all know I don't like Brooks. I don't like Brooks. I don't like how they act like Brooks is a child. Did y'all hear the question that they asked? Something about, was Jen picking on Brooks a child? Brooks is not a child. Brooks is a grown ass man. Brooks is 21 years old. Brooks ain't 18. He ain't 17. He ain't even 19. He's 21. He's probably 22 by now. Brooks had his own confessionals. It's not like he had a confessional. You know how like when Dr. Heavenly and like Alora, they do a confessional together from Married to Medicine, something just cute, or something like Candy did with Ace. I think Candy did it one time with Riley, I'm not sure. Brooks had his own confessionals. Brooks is not a child. So and maybe because I just don't like Brooks. Brooks really remind me of one of those white gays that have a snobby, stuck up, fucked up attitude. That's what he gives me. That's what he gives me. The whole, was Jen the comment she made about the sweatsuit, and basically we talked about that later, but we're gonna talk about it right now because I just want to get Brooks out the way. The comment about the sweatsuits and the whole white privilege. Tell me one black designer who can, besides She by Sheree, she don't count. Tell me, because I think that was a fashion show she threw on her own. But tell me one black fashion designer that could be a part of a fashion show and have one jumpsuit, about 8 models, and call it a fashion line and be able to walk in the fashion show. If that's not the definition of white privilege, bitch, then I don't know what it is. And if Jen would have came at Brooks, see, I don't like Brooks, so I might be a little bit unfair. I can be honest and say that. Okay. I don't know. I just don't like Brooks. I don't like Brooks. The truth of the matter is Brooks and Sharif, ain't that his name? The fine one? Jen, son? I think he's 24. Brooks 21. Bitch, they ain't that big of an age difference in between the two. He say that he saw Jen's vagina. From what I saw on the screen, Jen didn't have her legs gaped wide open. So it's like, is it gapped or gaped? Gapped wide open. She didn't have her legs open. To the point where I thought you could see her vagina. But just because they didn't show it on TV doesn't mean that he didn't see it. But again, I think they take this approach to Brooks as though he's this little child and he just don't know no better. Brooks probably ain't never seen pussy before. But girl, stop acting like, oh my God, like you're gonna let, like even when Meredith was taking her pants off in the finale, when she was like, maybe I could just wear the blazer and not the pants. Oh my God, you're gonna take your pants off right now? Like, girl, I do not like Brooks. Anyway, child. Mary claims to be the fashionista. Mary is tacky. Everything about Mary clothes are tacky. Mary is tacky. You heard when somebody asked a question and said that Mary looks like she's dresses out of the 80s. Didn't I say that in the on the community page? I said Mary dresses like she's a background dancer for Madonna or something like that, trapped in the 80s. Like, Mary cannot dress. Mary thinks that just because it's Dolce & Gabbana or Valentino that it's fly. Mary looks a mess the majority of the time. Jen is the dresser of the group. Jen and the plastic surgery. Jen said she hasn't had any plastic surgery on her face. She said that I think one of her children, like, not broke her nose, but hit her in the nose with her head or something. Girl, Jen, sound like you got a nose job. Girl, stop. Jen, you got a nose job, girl. Jen, you got a nose job. The girl, oh no, I just got this fixed right here. Okay, girl, so they broke the top of your nose and took that hump out that you probably had right there. Girl, the girl's always talking about, girl, it was a hump right here and my baby hit my head. And so they just took the hump out. Oh, so they just broke your nose and gave you a new nose? Okay, girl. Whitney says that she's when Andy asked Whitney about her titties, I said Whitney titties look bigger, and then she said she got them lifted. Did you get them lifted? You got them lifted with another silicone bag in them hoes, because them titties is big, Whitney. I think all y'all hoes, especially you and Jen, lying about y'all little plastic surgery adventures. Hello. Ain't nothing wrong with plastic surgery, but bitch, don't lie. Why does Jen have an assistant? What does Jen do? We talked about this, and this is the thing. I don't know what type of businesses Jen has. She explained it. I couldn't grasp it, but she explained it. But whatever Jen does, she has to make bread, because I'm not trying to count nobody coin. Yes, I am. I don't know how much money Coach Shaw make as an assistant. I don't know what Jen bringing in, but based off Jen and how she presents herself, and based off all of these assistants that she has, they said at the end of the goddamn season she had just hired assistant number 8. I don't know what the people over there doing, but they doing something, because baby. Something going on with Coach Shaw and Jen. And the reason why I say that is because Andy asked her a question about their relationship, and she started talking about when her father had died, and Coach Shaw was in Washington, and when he got back, I think she said like she had his stuff packed or told him to get out. Why? Like, if he was at work when your father died, when he got home, why would you tell him to leave? Unless y'all kind of knew he was about to die. The doctors had told you he's not going to make it past Thursday, and he said, well, I got to go to work anyways, and you got pissed off at him. I don't know. I feel like Coach Shaw's and Jen's relationship is very questionable. I don't know anything about sports, but it is hard for me to believe that, I know he's an assistant football coach for a university, but for you to be gone all the time, like he be gone, she said that man be gone from 5 to 12. Now, I don't know if that's an exaggeration or what, but for you to say that your marriage is pretty much through the FaceTime, does Jen have an issue with temperament? Mary says that I trigger her. Lisa says that Mary doesn't trigger Jen. Mary says, Lisa, basically, bitch, you lying because you already said in the car that basically I trigger Jen. I think most people would agree that Mary definitely triggers Jen. Even the mention of her name sends Jen over the edge. It's very, very weird. I'm getting sleepy as hell, y'all. I don't know why I'm so sleepy. I'm trying to push this review though. I feel like my eyes getting heavy. I feel like I'm about to be like Mary. Were you asleep? I don't remember. Did she ever apologize to Heather? Jen, okay. They were talking about when Jen got so drunk when she called Mary a grandfather fucker. And Andy basically laughed and said, basically, girl, it's been a year. We're a year removed from what happened. Just kind of like he told Monique, but I ain't going to bring up Monique in that fight because, girl, we passed with Tony. Mary basically tells Heather that, girl, you in a relationship where, girl, you give. They take. But but they don't give back to the friendship. And that's not how a friendship should be. And it shouldn't. And then Jen says, take your own advice. And then Mary tells her, girl, I don't want to be your friend. That's what you don't understand. So, girl, what I'm telling Heather about, girl, her being your friend and you always taking from her and all, she always giving to you. Girl, that's not the same thing as me and you, because, bitch, I don't want to be your friend. Period. I don't know what it was, but do y'all think Meredith was lying? Meredith, for some reason, like, I'm not gonna lie. Meredith, quiet as it's kept, Meredith low-key started becoming one of my faves towards the end of the season. My favorite is Heather. She's my favorite. Then it's Whitney, and then everybody else could have just... Do y'all think that Jen... I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that Jen is jealous of Mary? Because quiet as it's kept, I really do think that this season was really supposed to revolve around Mary and her being the head of this church or a pastor of this church and her sleeping or marrying her step-grandfather. I really do think that Mary was really supposed to be the girl. I don't know why I feel that way. I just feel that way. And I feel that's part of the reason why Jen probably has a reason and caused every scene that bitch made it. Every episode, if I would have reviewed this season, it probably would have been about Jen and her fucked up, crazy ass, immature behavior. Because the truth of the matter is, Mary hasn't really done, she hasn't done anything to Jen to make Jen behave the way that she behaves, even when her name comes up in conversation. I felt like I caught Meredith in a lie. Like, the night they were supposed to have a sleepover, she came and told Jen no, because she wanted to spend time with her daughter. And I remember Jen asking her, but girl, you're not leaving here till like almost midnight. Basically, like, if you leaving here at midnight, how are you spending time with your daughter? By the time you get home, girl, it's time to go to bed. So are you really spending time with your daughter, or are you just using that as an excuse? Remember, Jen did bring that to Meredith's attention. I don't know why I feel like Meredith, in that part, when they started talking about the whole sleepover stuff and you were drunk and you fell asleep, I don't know why I felt like Meredith was lying and Lisa was actually, not Lisa, that Jen was actually telling the truth. Hold up. Oh, Lisa and them kids. Lisa, I don't give a damn what nobody say. Lisa is the definition of fuck them kids. Just like the caller or the question asked, girl. It could have been an emergency. When those kids called you, you didn't answer. Well, they have nannies. We have a something. We have their father. But bitch, they called you. So clearly, if they're calling you, it could have been because they needed you. But because you were at work, listen, look, Lisa, you can sit on this stage and cry all goddamn day long. But bitch, the only time I saw you interact with your kids the most was when they was talking about a goddamn business plan. Other than that, bitch, to me, Lisa reminded me of the person who really just had some kids because her husband wanted some kids. Bitch, I don't want no kids, but girl, I'm going to go ahead and push these kids out. Bitch, them your kids. You know how Marceau told Letitia? Girl, them Letitia kids, he ain't tell Letitia that. He told... Anyways, Marceau made that comment on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Those are Letitia kids. I'm just the father. To me, Lisa gives me, girl, those are Joe's kids, whatever her husband's name is. I'm just the mother. That's what Lisa gives me. Like, y'all already know one thing I don't play. Like, you know, I want all women to get their money, girl, live rich and fabulous lives, girl. I want every woman to do that, girl. Don't stop your dreams for no goddamn nigga. Hello? But I have to say, I have to be honest. while I know that, when you live a certain lifestyle, you have to keep bringing in that same money to continue to live that certain lifestyle. But I feel like with Lisa, it's like almost overdrive. Like, girl, do you ever sit down and just kiki and laugh? Everything has to be about, girl, I gotta do this, I gotta make some money, I gotta do a bit. Like, girl, like, was Lisa poor when she was a child? I don't know. I just feel like, girl, I must be growing up, girl. If you gonna have kids, it's one thing if Lisa was poor. You see what I'm saying? Lisa, like, you would have to go to work. Lisa would have to go to work in order to provide a lifestyle for her kids, to make sure her kids have a roof and food and clothes. But, girl, I don't think, from what I understand, y'all hoes is too far from struggling. So I'm not exactly sure why you just can't carve out some time to spend with your kids. And even if your kids do call you at work, bitch, there are a lot of parents out there that work at jobs where they can't even have their cell phones on them. Period. Like, I used to work at a job at a call center. Bitch, you can have your cell phone out. Bitch, pull your cell phone out at your desk if you want to, because I worked at a electricity company. Girl, you taking information, you taking checking account information and debit card information. Girl, pull your phone at your desk if you want to and let somebody see you and see how quick they walk your ass out the building. So there are jobs out there that you can't even have, that people can't even have their cell phones. And the simple fact, girl, I'm done talking about Lisa, girl. Lisa, girl, I don't give a fuck about them tears, girl. I saw what I saw, and clearly other people saw what they saw too. That ain't got shit to do with Heather. When Whitney was saying how she wanted to, basically support another woman, women support women, and Whitney, girl, Lisa was like, that's not true. That's not true. And then Whitney was like, Whitney reached behind her, grab some receipts. Baby, Lisa was talking, and you saw how Lisa stopped talking, like, oh shit, this bitch got some receipts, girl. Whitney, those failed ass receipts, girl. If you gonna bring some receipts, bitch, you need to make sure that that is some ink on the paper. Anyways, I guess that's it, girl. That's it, girl. I'm gonna say this much, baby. Lisa was not playing with the girls. But I'm gonna say, baby, Lisa came swinging out the motherfucking gate. Baby, for some reason, did y'all notice how Lisa never really would engage with Mary like the way she did with Heather? Clearly, I guess that beef between Heather and Lisa, baby. I was surprised that Jen, girl, with all the goddamn antics and shit that Jen was pulling, the stunts and shows that bitch pulled all goddamn season. I was really surprised that she wasn't more vocal. But maybe she was like, bitch, y'all got me episodes 1 through 12, 1 through 13. Bitch, y'all not finna get me at this reunion catching and looking like no goddamn fool. But to me, girl, Lisa was wearing the girls out quiet as a scared girl. I thought Lisa did a good job at the reunion. I thought Heather did a good job. I thought Mary did a good job. Mary inserted herself in shit that didn't have nothing to do with her, but Mary said, bitch, I'm gonna get some camera time. I feel like everybody did a decent job. I think I was more surprised by Lisa being as vocal as she was. I think that's what it was. I think I was expecting for Jen to be the vocal one and Lisa just to kind of fall back. But now, baby, Lisa said, girl, y'all got the girls fucked up, girl. I'm coming back for season 2. All right, y'all. That's it. Girl, Heather told Lisa, girl, I called you a bitch because that's what you are. She said something like that. I said, baby, the girls is... I said, okay. Come on, white fish. Shout out to Heather. Bye, y'all.